members of Team 8 here at Mounties Gaming. This is my platoon chief, Griffin, and this is Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek back at home. Uses our main base back at home of operations where we do all of our trainings and our field exercises and whatnot to help us get ready for our official operations and whatnot that we do out in the field. And today we're going to do a little tour around the base of some new furniture and just general cosmetics that have been upgraded to the base. And just give you kind of a look around of what the different areas are used for. And just a visual of the different areas here on base. So we're the main guys in here. Just some storage closets on the left here.
User joined your channel.
What's in the bins is, I don't know, classified. You can actually get drinks from those drink machines. They work like an arsenal. They just only have the drink objects available in them. The Armory, after you. It makes the process pretty efficient for the recruit guys coming in because all of these crates now work like arsenals as well, except the only objects available to collect in the arsenals are the assigned uniforms for the recruit guys, so makes the class go by quicker. We don't have to scroll through with them and show them in the whole bag of everything available which objects and which uniforms to choose from, so it makes that faster. Or this is a little mini classroom we can use to teach the sort of academic instructional portion of the recruits' trainings.
User left your channel.
Forget
User
what's in
left
here.
your channel.
Oh, that's just a makeshift bathroom. This is my office that apparently somebody decided to move my desks in. Lovely. Where we conduct the disciplinary actions. Off to the next building. There isn't really much to see in the next building except for there's a nice little weight room.
User joined your channel.
The rest of the building hasn't really been furnished just because there's no real need for it right now, but if we need it, we will.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
Little workout area. By the way, Griff, just keep an eye out for people running around the base, going in and out of the buildings, because when I came in this morning, all of the doors of the buildings were wide open and it was pouring rain, so just try to keep an eye out, tell people to actually close doors behind them. Will do. Yeah. Great. There's more storage stuff in those lockers here to the right, but nothing really interesting to see. Oh, actually, yeah, in this room there's a little bit of a server database we can use to run some of the simulations and stuff with the training guys. Pilot's area has been outfitted with a little bit more cosmetic things. The chief and his guys actually have some like interactive wheel chocks and stuff like that they can add to the helos and stuff like that when they're securing them after flight, and etc. etc. And I'll hop in the RV and drive you around. We've got a little bit of an unarmed depot over here for our vehicles. Nothing fancy. None of our armed equipment is parked over here, or on base at all for that matter. That stuff comes from somewhere else when we go on official ops and deployment and stuff, but for moving around base or transporting troops around and stuff for trainings, etc. Oh, that also reminds me, Griffin, somebody knocked down that wall right there. Backing up one of those Humvees.
Oh yeah, I see that.
So. Not a huge fan of that. The little recruit training ops, of course, that always used to be there, is still there, of course. Like we used to have, we added back the ordnance training range over there to the left. Some practice grenades in those crates that actually don't do any damage but still explode. It's pretty good for the recruits to practice throwing them through the openings and whatnot. Another arsenal right here. I'll hop out real quick. Just a nice watchtower for during recruit trainings or other marksman trainings and whatnot in the future to be able to watch from up there and coordinate. Some basic rifle racks over here for the weapons that the recruits would use during their weapons qualifications and stuff, so they don't get confused in the arsenal once again. Besides the targets themselves, all the way in the far back along the ridge line of the wall, we set up some balloon targets that can be shot out. They're gone right now because they were already shot out, I'm assuming, during the last recruit training that LT ran. But we can reset those every time there's going to be a recruit training. And they use those for the weapons qualifications instead of the targets. Just makes it easier for us to know which ones they hit and which ones they didn't, because those disappear for good. So. That watchtower was added as well. It's also marked number 2 because this is the 2 spot for easy reference and stuff when we need quick reference scenarios on base and all that. That's safety point 2. Safety point 1 is the tower marked 1 over there by the main entrance to the base. It's been the shittiest weather all day. Over here are bunk buildings. Currently, I think we only have enough to occupy the first 2 buildings, but they're all furnished. Again, nothing fancy, but, you know, it gets the job done. Some laundry machines and stuff like that for laundry, and etc., etc. The other building looks pretty much exactly the same, so we won't bore with that. Obviously, the big communications center was added. Hence the ginormous tower surrounded by other small/large towers around it. And a lot of electric generators and whatnot there for the base's operations and whatnot. The only entrance to the fence for this is actually over here. We don't encourage people to go in there unless they need to, obviously, and especially not armed with any sort of ordnance or anything like that. We don't want any discharges of things in there, otherwise that would be very bad. There's the service entrance right there in case we need to go in there for any reason. Medical HQ off there to the right, well, where it used to be. A couple of the other Blackhawks that these guys use, the UH-60s. There's a medevac CSS version as well over there for those guys. Some rearm and refuel trucks and whatnot. Again, all those wheel chucks and cosmetics and stuff just add a little bit more to the immersion for the pilots and stuff, because they can actually maneuver those away from the wheels and set up the chopper for flight, and vice versa on the landings. And they've got their AH-6s over here with their AGMs and their rocket pods and whatnot they can use on base for trainings and whatnot. Nothing much to see there as well, so we'll keep going. All the way down at the other end of the runway. Is the SC-130 we use for paradrop and halo drop trainings. So that's all set up there for the guys to use for those sorts of training exercises on base. They've used it quite a few times actually already, I can tell, because there are LZ markers all over the map every time I connect, so I'm glad they're using that. Let's see what else. You can see off to the right one of the there's a submarine over there in the dock there. No, it's not drivable. I know that's what I know that's the first question everybody's had. No, it is not drivable by us. Not operate that. But it is there. Also just a nice touch that's again really cosmetic, but kind of serves to stand for a little bit of the respect the simulation here in game has for the real world stuff. Has been added here, and it's simulated Tomb of the Unknown Soldier for fallen soldiers during battle that we don't really know who they are, or we don't they go missing, or they go they're unidentifiable, and there's obviously countless number of soldiers like that over time, and there's memorials like that in the real world, and I thought it would be nice to have one here on base as well. So that's that. What else? Things that were added that weren't previously here. I want to say that's probably pretty much it. Oh, there's a, I know what I forgot. There is an added fast roping training platform over here that we can use for when we're practicing the fast rope procedures and whatnot with the pilots, to make it easier to have a nice square area that we can use. So if we have out here, there's a that we can take up to the platform, so we can use this nice flat area as sort of a target for the pilots to practice either sort of hover landing insertions or fast roping insertions and whatnot. And again, instructors or people criticizing the scenario can watch from the watchtower above and do sorts of trainings like that on here, instead of having to go find some sort of rooftop or target around the island to do it on. That way we don't have to go too far from base. That's pretty much it, I think. I might have missed a couple of cosmetic little things here and there, but that's pretty much everything that's been added to so far. I think we want to furnish that building over there by the pier to be some sort of mess hall, but that is yet to be done. That is all.
Thank you, Commander.